The complete forecast coming up in just a bit. 6 News at 6 starts now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
Families impacted by last week's big apartment building fire now must figure out how to put their lives back together. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Darylyn Horn. Sherry is off tonight. A majority of people who were impacted by the fire at Nob Hill Apartments are checking out of their temporary hotel rooms today. It's leaving many victims wondering what's next. McCoy Scribner is here for you now with what's being done to help them out.
Darylyn, donations for the people impacted by the fire have a new hub today. The Faith Lutheran Church on Dobie Road opened its building to house items and give to those who lost everything.
It's been very touching, and we can't thank everyone enough.
This community isn't one to stand by and watch.
We have teams here from Okemos, the basketball team, the action team, the WIL team, teachers, community members who are sorting the donations that have already been brought.
They take action.
The people that were displaced from Nob Hill, all of those donations were initially taken to the Holiday Inn Express in Okemos. So that location, those items needs to be moved out. So Faith Lutheran Church offered their large fellowship hall to house the donations, and this is going to be a free store.
And according to organizers today, they have more stuff than they know what to do with.
We don't need any more donations right now. We have plenty, but we will be reaching out to the community for very specific items needed. If families come in and need diapers, certain size clothing, we'll reach out and get those.
Despite that, those impacted by the deadly fire still have to start from square one.
It's been overwhelming right now, not knowing what we need, not knowing what we're going to get, but the support system's been strong and we have each other, so that's all that matters.
And that includes these 2 roommates.
I think the next steps are basically just trying to find another place for permanent housing and rebuild.
They say they're starting to look for a new place, which could take a while.
We're going to get a place together and take our animals, and we're just going to rebuild slowly. With the community's help, I think we'll have a lot of what we need, bare basics.
It's been very touching.
And they appreciate all the community has to offer.
Without you guys, without everyone, our families, just the community, friends, everyone, we wouldn't be okay.
Organizers say it's the least they could do.
It's everything, right? Our community jumped in so quickly, as you can see with all these donations. We just want to help. These are our friends, they're our co-workers, they're people we go to school with, so we want to help and just be there for them in their community.
And again, the organizers with the church say they're all set with donations, and starting tomorrow, those affected by the fire can head over and pick up items needed from 9 until noon. Back to you.
Thank you, McCoy. As anyone who traveled will tell you, the weather made driving dangerous this weekend. A 46-car pileup on the Ohio Turnpike in Sandusky, Ohio, killed 4 people on Friday, including a 19-year-old named Emma Smith from Weberville. According to the Detroit Free Press, she graduated from Mason High School last year and was attending Lansing Community College. 2 of the other victims in the crash were from Ohio as well. The identity of the 4th person has not been released. People who live in one Lansing apartment complex say they spent last week's Christmas in a blizzard in the cold, while some people say the heat is back on. Others are packing up. Josh Sanchez is here with more from residents from Marvin Gardens.
Darylyn, the people who told me that they are moving units or leaving the complex totally also say they are exhausted of constant repair issues. But complex owners say they are working to catch up on recent heating and flooding problems despite the holidays. Now, a few residents who spoke to 6 News off camera say they also had little to no heat over the past week. One man even claims his apartment flooded yesterday. Complex owners and managers say in an email that contractors were brought in to repair both issues yesterday and today. One woman who lives there says problems started well before last week during the storm. She says she had to warm up by layering up in coats and blankets until the heat came back on today. While she's glad to see some progress, she is worried about the future since winter just started.
I have a cat. I don't even know how he stayed warm. And then there's some people in here that have kids. I don't know how they did it. And the main reason I'm worried about, because if I'm cold, and I also know it's dangerous to the kids because some of them are like 2 months old and under. So what's it going to be like for them without no heat?
Now, some units of Marvin Garden Apartments have already been pink tagged by the City of Lansing officials, citing code compliance issues. Apartment owners say that those code issues have been fixed, with another inspection set for later this week. Darylyn?
Thank you, Josh. Lansing police are investigating a shooting that happened in Old Town last week. Nate Salazar spoke with an officer that responded to the incident and is here for you now with more details.
Well, that's right, Darylyn. It happened this past Friday in the 100 block of West Cesar Chavez. Store owners in the area tell me it was a drive-by shooting that happened next to the bridge in Old Town. LPD have confirmed the victim was hit twice by gunfire, and she was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The investigation is still ongoing, and shop owners tell me police were out retrieving surveillance footage from a neighboring business. Well, police have visited multiple shops in the area looking for witnesses and do not have any suspects as of right now. If you have any information about the shooting, contact the number on your screen now, 517-483-4600. Darylyn, back to you.
Thank you, Nate. Police in the southern part of mid-Michigan are searching for a doctor who went missing last week. Dr. Bolik Pan was last seen leaving Henry Ford Jackson Hospital back on Thursday. His car was not seen at his home, and he has not contacted his friends, family, or employer. The number for the Blackman Department of Public Safety is on your screen. Please call in a tip if you know anything about Pan's location.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, it is cold, but at least we don't have much of a wind, so that's a good thing right now. Taking a look at St. John's at this time, you see those flags are barely moving at this time. We've had a few flurries, that's about it. Temperature-wise, it's 21 degrees right now with hardly a breeze there. And we go over toward Grand Ledge right now, where it's cloudy and 20 degrees, and again, hardly a breeze here. We go over to the Capitol right now. Looks pretty nice, right at 20 degrees and a very light southwest breeze, just 5 miles per hour. Taking a look at Jackson right now, things are looking fine. The pavement looks good here too, and 21 degrees with a southwest at just 6 miles per hour. Hillsdale right now, things are looking okay at this time. The snow has stopped for the time being. The temperature is down to 19 degrees, but again, not too much of a breeze. And you can see on the satellite and radar, we still have mostly cloudy skies. And also, we continue to see the snow up to the north in ski country. They love that. And over Lake Michigan, too, to our west. From time to time, we'll get a few scattered snow showers or flurries, but even those will gradually kind of give up as we go through the night and early morning hours. Widening up the view, this weak little system is going to move through and move out. This area of high pressure bringing some drier air in. That will be happening over the next 24 hours. In fact, by midnight into the early morning hours, mainly just cloudy skies and not too much other than maybe a few flurries. That's about it. And then through the day tomorrow, a little bit of some sunshine. That's always nice. And you can see to the north quite a bit of snow in the upper peninsula and northern lower Michigan. That stays to our north. It will not be heading our way. In fact, as we go into the day on Wednesday, we're going to have a fair amount of some sunshine around here with just some scattered clouds. So the temperature will actually go a little bit above freezing, and that's not more because we're going to have even warmer air coming in along with some clouds moving in, but we'll take the warm weather as we go through the next several days and later on in the week. You can always keep an eye on that too with our Storm Tracker 6 weather app. We can show you what's going on right now and in the future with our app there. You can see the temperatures there. As far as temperatures right now, it's 20 in Lansing, same thing in Mason, 21, St. John, Charlotte, Jackson, 21 degrees, Howell at 22. And as we go through tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a few snow showers or flurries, not much. 13 degrees for the low temperature for tomorrow. A little bit of some sunshine, that always helps. 26 degrees on the 60 forecast. As we go into the day on Wednesday, we go above freezing with some sunshine, and we keep going on those temperatures by Friday. We're up to around 50 degrees, 40 for Saturday and Sunday in the 40s, and then we just continue to go right back up again to around 50 degrees next Tuesday. So yeah, I think we're almost done with this very cold weather for maybe a couple of days.
Yes, and I will definitely make the best of that, and hopefully, you know, we can just get past this phase of snow and freezing wind hitting us in the mornings and shoveling and scraping the car. Oh, well, thank you, Jim. Well, coming up on 6 News, researchers have new theories about how an ice-covered moon around Jupiter could become home to alien life. We'll tell you about it next, so stay tuned. 6 News at 6. We'll be right back. There's no denying it's cold right now in Michigan, but there are much, much colder places elsewhere in the solar system that could still be home to life. As Eric Henriksen reports from Austin, researchers at the University of Texas have a new theory about how alien life could thrive below the icy surface of Jupiter's moon, Europa.
As temps across the country dip below zero, nearly 400 miles from Earth, negative 200-degree winds whip across the surface of Jupiter's moon, Europa.
You have this very thick ice shell, potentially tens of kilometers thick ice shell.
PhD student Evan Carnahan has taken a closer look at the icy moon, searching for alien life.
As a kid, I was always interested in life outside of our solar system and the potential for life outside of our solar system.
But scientists don't think there's life on the surface of Europa. Instead, they're looking beneath the ice.
The tidal forces of these giant planets as the moons go around that melt them on the inside.
UT Associate Professor Mark Hesse works with Evan, studying the potential for life in these oceans.
Our search for life is follow the water.
Scientists believe for life to form, it needs 3 things: water, energy, and nutrients.
There are these kind of nutrients or these materials at the surface of the ice shell that we think are important for life if they can make it into the ocean.
A new theory may have found a way for this to happen. Asteroids and comets.
You have these large impacts hitting these icy moons.
But they're not cracking the ice. Instead, they're melting it.
Ice is one of the few materials that is actually where the solid is less dense than the melt.
Using math, Mark and Evan theorize that melted ice can
carry with it any of the kind of nutrients or materials on the surface into that ocean.
Over time, gravity kind of always wins.
If the theory is accurate, it
would make it a more habitable environment for anything that's potentially down there.
Based on the math, an object would need to strike halfway through the ice to generate enough melt. If this has happened before, life may exist within Europa's oceans.
If we can find, life even is so robust to form elsewhere in our solar system, that has implications for the abundancy of life outside of our solar system.
Ian's in for Audrey tonight and is here for you now with sports, and the Michigan State hockey team hit the road today.
Yeah, the Spartans left for the annual Great Lakes Invitational, and before they did, we caught up with Coach Adam Nightingale, who shared his early memories of the GLI, so we'll share that. Plus, Michigan's football team is less than a week out from kickoff in the Fiesta Bowl, and one player is doing whatever it takes to benefit the team, even if it means switching positions. It's all coming up next in sports.
This is the 6 Sports Desk.
While most of us were enjoying Christmas with family members, the Michigan State hockey team enjoyed the holiday with each other at Munn Ice Arena. After taking 9 days off for the holiday break, the Spartans returned to the ice yesterday to get ready for this week's Great Lakes Invitational, which MSU hasn't won since 2009. This will be the 57th GLI and the first time it's being held on the west side of the state. Van Andel Arena will be the site starting on Tuesday. Of the 4 teams in the field, 3 of them are ranked in the top 20. MSU at number 11, host Michigan Tech, is ranked 17th, and Western Michigan sits at number 18. Ferris State, who MSU plays tomorrow, is the only team not in the national rankings. You might also notice Michigan is nowhere to be found in the field. It's the first time since 1973 the Wolverines won't play in the GLI. Now, this will be Adam Nightingale's first chance to coach in the annual Holiday Classic, but trust me, he's no stranger to it.
Growing up in Sheboygan, all of our relatives live in the Detroit area, so our Christmas morning was always open presents and then drive down to Detroit. And one of the things in our stockings every year was GLI tickets, so to go there with my brothers and watch. I got to watch my older brother play in it when he was at Lake State. Obviously get a chance to play in it here. We won it, I think it was my junior year. That was a pretty cool moment to win that.
We'll have more with MSU hockey tonight at 11. And staying with the Spartans, the Hardwood is where we find our 6 Sports Champion Play of the Week.
Spread them out and make it tough on their defense. Tough. And Sissoko is in a zone.
Mady Sissoko put a poor Oakland defender on a poster last Wednesday. The lob from A.J. Hogarth set up Sissoko for the slamma jamma. The junior had 9 points and 12 rebounds against the Golden Grizzlies, and his slam dunk is our 6 Sports Champion Play of the Week. Well, Michigan's football team is 5 days out from taking on TCU in the college football playoff semifinals, and despite losing running back Blake Corum for the season due to injury, Donovan Edwards has stepped up in the last 2 games by rushing for at least 180 yards in both games. Another running back who's stepping up in Corum's absence wasn't even in the running back room 2 months ago. Khalil Mullins split time with the running backs and linebackers in the spring and spent the first 11 games of the season as a linebacker. Mullins scored a touchdown in the Big Ten championship game and is preparing to play on offense in the Fiesta Bowl. He's also very familiar with switching sides of the ball.
For me personally, I've been doing it for pretty much my whole life, and then coming back to it now in college, I see how my knowing offense and playing running back again has helped my defense, and how playing defense for the past 2.5 years has helped my growing into running back again. For example, pass protections, I can kind of tell the demeanor of different linebackers when they're blitzing and stuff like that. It's just little things.
Well, the only college football game taking place today was down in Detroit for the Quick Lane Bowl between New Mexico State and Bowling Green. On the Aggies' first drive of the game, it leads to a 15-yard touchdown from Diego Pavaer to Star Thomas, who shined in the Motor City. New Mexico State led 14-0 at halftime, and in the third, Amonte Watkins, who played at TCU last year, cuts through the teeth of the defense for a 45-yard touchdown to increase the Aggies' lead. New Mexico State, who started this season 0-4, wins the Quick Lane Bowl 24-19. And that's going to be it for sports. We'll be right back after the break with a final look at your forecast.
Well, as we go through tonight, we're going to have temperatures drop to around 13 degrees. Still a chance for a few scattered snow showers or flurries, but really not much. And as we go into the day tomorrow, how about a little bit of sunshine? That always helps, up to 26 degrees. And then we start to see those temperatures climb. Some sunshine on Wednesday, high 37 degrees. Well, let's add 10 to that on Thursday, even with some clouds moving in, 47 degrees. And there will be some rain, not snow. You remember what that is? Rain on Friday with a high around 50 degrees. Into the weekend, too. Well, we're going to be in and out of some rain both days, but temperatures in the low to mid 40s. That's way above average. And on the 6-day forecast, well, while it went down a little bit Sunday into Monday, look what it does on Tuesday. Right back to around 51 degrees. There will be some scattered rain showers again there, too. We really don't get the cold weather back into the area, not this weekend, but the following weekend we'll find temperatures back closer to where it should be for this time of the year. So we made it through this very cold weather for the past few days. Now we just flip it around to the other way.
Yes, I'm pretty sure all of us love to see that.
Yes, don't have to shovel anymore. I heard you talking about that earlier. Don't have to worry about that.
Gosh, how many times did I have to do that?
And everyone who wished to have had a white Christmas, you got your wish. So now we get the warmer temperatures.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you for watching 6 News at 6. We'll see you guys back here at 11.